The Lost Treasure of Green Valley. In a small town called Willow Creek, nestled between tall mountains and a flowing river, lived two best friends, Lily and Sam. They had known each other since they were toddlers and shared a love for adventure. Every summer, they would explore the woods, hills, and streams near their town. But this summer was different. They had heard an old tale from Sam's grandfather about a hidden treasure in a place called Green Valley. The story went like this. Many, many years ago, a famous explorer named Captain Oaks came to Willow Creek. He was known for his wild journeys across the seas and his search for hidden treasures. But after one final adventure, he returned home and disappeared, never to be seen again. Some say he hid a vast treasure somewhere in Green Valley, a place deep in the forest, and he left behind clues for those brave enough to find it. Lily and Sam were determined to uncover the mystery of the lost treasure. Early one Saturday morning, with backpacks full of snacks, water, and a map Sam had drawn from the story his grandfather told, they set off into the woods. The air was crisp, and the sound of birds chirping filled the sky. The sun was shining brightly, casting long shadows through the trees as they walked deeper into the forest. After an hour of hiking, they reached the entrance to Green Valley. The valley was beautiful, with lush green trees, wildflowers, and a small stream that ran through it. However, something felt mysterious about the place, almost as if it was hiding secrets. Sam pulled out the map and pointed to a spot on the other side of the valley. If the story is true, the first clue should be near the old oak tree by the stream, he said excitedly. They hurried to the spot. The oak tree was massive, with thick branches spreading out like arms. Its bark was rough, and its roots dug deep into the ground. Carved into the trunk was a strange symbol, a circle with an arrow pointing downwards. Sam knelt beside the tree and started digging around the base. After a few minutes, his shovel hit something hard. It was a small, rusty metal box. Inside the box was a piece of parchment. The paper was old and yellowed, and the writing was faded, but they could still make out the words. To find the treasure, seek the stone that stands alone. Beneath its shadow, the secret is shown. Lily and Sam looked at each other, puzzled but excited. They scanned the valley, and in the distance, on top of a hill, stood a tall stone, weathered by time. "That must be it," Lily exclaimed. They hiked up the hill, their legs growing tired from the steep climb, but their determination kept them going. As they reached the top, they found the stone standing tall, just like the clue described. The stone cast a long shadow over the ground. Sam knelt down and examined the area carefully. There, hidden in the shadow, was another small box, much like the first one. This time, the box was locked, but attached to it was another note: "Find the key where the river meets the trees." "The river!" Sam shouted. They raced down the hill towards the stream. As they followed it further into the valley, they reached a point where the stream widened and met a cluster of trees. Among the trees, Lily spotted something shiny. It was an old key, hanging from a branch on a piece of string. With the key in hand, they hurried back to the stone and unlocked the box. Inside was a small golden compass and one final note. The note read, "The compass will lead you to the treasure. Follow it, and your journey will soon end." Excitedly, Sam held up the compass. It spun around wildly at first, but then it pointed steadily in one direction, towards the thickest part of the forest. They followed it for what felt like hours, weaving through trees and climbing over fallen logs. Just when they began to feel exhausted, the compass stopped spinning and pointed to the ground beneath a large, flat rock. With all their remaining strength, they pushed the rock aside, revealing a wooden chest buried in the earth. The chest was old, with iron hinges and a heavy lock. Sam used the key again, and with a creak, the chest opened. Inside the chest, they found gold coins, sparkling jewels, and strange artifacts from distant lands. But more than the treasure, they found a letter from Captain Oaks himself. The letter read, "To those who find this treasure, remember that the greatest adventure is not in the riches you hold, but in the journey you take. Use this treasure wisely, and may it bring you as much joy as the adventure you had finding it." Lily and Sam stared at the treasure in awe. They had done it. They had solved the mystery of Green Valley and found the lost treasure. But as they sat there, smiling at each other, they realized that Captain Oaks was right. The real treasure wasn't just the gold and jewels, it was the adventure they had shared, the challenges they had overcome, and the memories they would carry with them for the rest of their lives. As the sun began to set, they packed up the treasure and started their journey home. Willow Creek seemed different now, not because of the riches they found, but because they knew they had accomplished something incredible together. And as they walked back through the valley, with the sound of the river and the rustle of the leaves, they couldn't help but feel like they were part of a bigger story, one of friendship, adventure, and the endless possibilities that awaited them in the world beyond.